Buy now, pay later plans are becoming more popular, especially among young Americans. But it might not be the best financial choice. With the holiday shopping season approaching, more people might want to avoid racking up the credit card debt and opt for one of these payment plans, while running the risk of overspending and accumulating a whole new set of debt. So here with more on this, Vic Russell from Uprising Financial. Vic, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, doing good. I can't believe it's fall already.
I know.
Unreal.
So quick.
Yes.
So how high has consumer debt risen over the past few years?
Yeah, it's escalated over the years. The highest level it's ever been right now. Credit card debt's at $1.2 trillion. I never thought I'd ever say that. It'd be over $1 trillion, but it is. But there's other loan products, and you just mentioned one, buy now, pay later, online loans that are really driving up consumer debt and are really not the best ways to borrow money.
So what makes a buy now, pay later plan different from just charging it to your credit card?
Yeah, well, number one is it sounds great in theory, okay? Borrow the money, 0%, pay it off in 6 weeks, right? What's happening though right now is that 41% of individuals are delinquent on these accounts. And when you become delinquent on these accounts, they charge a fee, an extra fee, and that's stacked on top of the money that you use to buy groceries. People are using buy now, pay later, believe it or not, now for DoorDash orders. So it escalates the amount of debt that you have because they do what's called stacking. They keep getting different loans because there's really no limit as to how many you can do.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, so it sounds like they're becoming more appealing, these type of plans.
They are, and it's because lack of access to credit cards. People look at it as an alternative to credit cards, but you don't have the same protections in place with buy now, pay later programs because they're not really regulated like other loan products are. So right now, it's projected that 91 million people are going to be using buy now, pay later in the United States. It's a big number.
Yeah, what kind of pitfalls can people find themselves in if they rely too much or too heavily on those payment plans?
Well, first of all, what they're doing is they're borrowing money that they didn't have in the first place, that they're spending, okay, that they don't have, all right? So you really should be budgeting for, things like groceries. 25% of people are using it for groceries. That's just to borrow money to buy groceries because you just don't have it. That means you don't have a spending plan in place, all right? And that's what you need to start doing. So that's the number one issue. You did say that 48% of people that use these, 36 or younger. So it is a younger generation type of way to borrow money, and it has a lot to do with the get it now, the Amazon world that we live in. Get it now and pay for it later. And really, Amazon started that trend because they use Affirm. It's one of the companies that do this buy now, pay later. And then the other one's Klarna, that is pretty famous.
So in your opinion, do you think it's best to just avoid these plans altogether?
Yeah, I do think, especially with the holidays coming up, they could cause a real problem for individuals overspending because it does lend to impulsive buying and overspending as well. And these things aren't reported to the credit reporting agencies. People think they're building their credit by taking out these loans. They don't report until it goes to collections, and then you get a negative credit rating.
There's a drop in holiday spending that's already being forecasted, especially for Gen Z.
Sure.
How is the current economy affecting different age groups?
Yeah, I think right now the bigger challenge is in car loans. Car loans are really expensive because interest rates are still high and the price of cars are still high. So younger individuals are having difficulties, managing that, that budget item. Also, I mentioned credit card debt being at $1.2 trillion, where people are paying a lot more and they're making the minimum payments. 49% of people are just making minimum payments on credit cards. And if you got a $2,000 balance at 18%, it takes you 20 to 25 years to repay $2,000.
Wow. And then real quick before we let you go here, the third largest Powerball jackpot is tonight.
Yeah.
What's your advice to someone if they win big?
Solves all the problems, right? Pay off all the buy now, pay laters and everything. Well, go out, have a good time. No. You got to go low profile, okay? Contact a trust attorney. Don't come out in public and say that you won, all right, until you have all your financial orders, all your finances in order. I think it's really important for you to, as I said, maintain that low profile, but also have a plan for that money. Start planning for what you're going to do with that money with a trust.
All right, good advice, good information. Hopefully we win, or somebody.
Yeah, somebody. I'll be playing, I think.
Thanks, Vic.
All right, let's